Hello and welcome to Giza Town 7. So as you can tell by the coordinates and the fact that there's a bit of damage behind me, GT7 has had a visitor. So I'll give you a quick update of sequence of events. So the day before, the signboard at GT7 main was griefed, just a signboard, nothing else. There was two Giza towns, one at spawn and then this one which was further out. Later on, so overnight for me, but late evening for like America, the spawn GT7 was hit and fully griefed. So I decided I wanted to do a fly around and record here at GT7. So I've tried to include some before grief and after grief pictures on some of the areas. Now the grief wasn't massive, it was basically somebody spawned a number of withers. The next day I was set to record, and before I got a chance to log on, messages came through that somebody had spawned a number of withers at the centre by the signboard. Now other griefing has occurred since then, so this is about my fourth or fifth attempt at recording because I kept having to redo it. So yeah, so signboard was hit, then the spawn one was hit, and then this main one then again was hit again, and has had now a couple of runs of griefing. So we repaired it after the signboard, because it was only the signboard, it just seemed a bit weird. Good screenshot of Chris's house. I wanted to include that because it was really pretty. I had planned to do some stuff to Chris because it's Chris and I love Chris, and every so often I have to troll him. Unfortunately, they did really hit it quite hard. A lot of builds weren't touched. When I recorded, now since then, possibly that they have now been further griefed, and I no doubt the coordinates are now public out there. So yeah, so over time this is going to get more and more damaged. It's sad because once the withers were placed, we knew there was no point repairing anymore. Griefing would just escalate, and why give someone the satisfaction of going through all that hard work just for them to come along and undo it again a couple of days later? So yeah, decision was to call time on GT7, even though at the time the damage was minimal. Now why they didn't grief this thing, I will never know. I swear to God, griefers, whoever you are, that was supposed to be a giant cottage cheese, so next time could you do me a favour and actually grief the thing, because it deserved to be griefed. Sorry Misk, I love you. I kept threatening to go there with TNT myself. Musk kept threatening to ban me for it, but Musk loves me. I think, though after this he probably won't. So yeah, so GT8 will be along at some point. We don't rush into these things. So this small area here was the Pearl Station. So when they spawned the withers, I did log on. I intended to fight and help kill the withers, try and keep the damage to a minimum. Unfortunately, I managed to die to one of the withers. I wasn't using crystals, but I have fought many withers vanilla. I have fought multiple withers vanilla and survived. So I don't know what was going on with me at that point. It was like I suddenly forgot how to play Minecraft. And unfortunately I was just close enough for my pearl to be deleted, so I had a long slow walk back, or the not so slow but annoying bounce back. So yeah, so as you can see, some amazing beautiful builds. I did build a little bit here. I didn't do a lot. I was very much tied up with stuff to do with Christmas and with some other groups I was with. I did have a number of things planned. Managed to make a start on the project which Free Cookie and I were working on, which you will get to see where we got up to with that in a minute. But yeah, I did have some things I wanted to do. I wanted to build a little house for myself, like Free Cookie had. And be more involved like I was at GT6. Unfortunately, time got away from me. Now this was a memorial that was created to remember GT7. Unfortunately, in the next round of griefing, it got hit, And happy birthday, Lucas, first of all. Everyone say happy birthday, Lucas. And that is fake news because I know that he, in fact, hates cottage cheese and don't appreciate this slander of one of my buds. So, just had to put that in there because it's an important thing to be mentioned. Now, the little 3 dome down there was Free Cookie's house. As you can see, the pyramid there next to, which we're flying over now, was the art gallery where we had a lot of the map art. Unfortunately, I think they made a point of that getting hit, but Free Cookie's house was thankfully missed. So hopefully when GT8 comes along, I plan to do a lot more, be more active. I intend to designate 1 day a week to work on GT8. I'm going to have to try and manage my time a little bit better because I love this group. I really do. This is one of my favourite bunch of people going now. I'm a member of quite a few groups now, and yeah, I wouldn't be a member of any of these groups if I didn't enjoy being in them. I'm not going to list all the different groups I'm a part of, so much for the nomad life, but the Gizas, those are all, as a rule, being a little bit older, it leads to an interesting dynamic. But yes, and also, Free Cookie's here. He's my little brother. He's not actually my brother, but I do like to wind him up by calling him my little brother, and that because he's younger than me. But yeah, no, we are very I still smack my head on things a lot. We are good. We are close and tight, and we had planned this whole network of rails and stuff, as you saw, leading to a central area with branches and stuff. I was in the process of digging out the footprint for the central area when it was hit. So you just got the tunnel that was done as is. But you see, the statue's still fully intact at this point. It was very, very random how much was hit. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be the case. I do apologise. I was suffering a little bit of lag at the time. So yeah, I imagine if I was to go back now, it would be fine. Even more had been damaged. They did hit, however, Free Cookie's creeper farm. There was a few creeper farms around the base because we go through a lot of rockets because of the size of it and flying around. And we did have a storage area down here in what Free Cookie likes to call the Batcave. Why he had the lava at the front, I don't know. He just liked the thought of me falling into it. Anyway, this is Old Lady North signing off as Going Spare. Wishing you all a good rest of your day.